Hi guys. Yep. Today I just want to talk a little more about Popular Science, which is a magazine I subscribe to. They do a lot of, well, actually, all they do is breaking news in science, and that's what I subscribe for. But they do um, have a lot of uh, sort of green focused articles, much like this one. Um, And yeah, so I'm going to put a link to their website today in the little bar down below. But yeah, I wanted to talk about the future of the environment today a little. And sort of like what well, actually I'm going to be talking about Popular Science's vision of the future of the environment anyways. Cuz I personally don't really have a set idea, I guess you'd call it, of what the future is going to look like in terms of the environment and energy and whatnot. But yeah, because the writers do usually take a optimistic view, let's say. So yeah, in this issue, they've covered mass transit, solar panels, obviously, jetpacks, which are always popular. Um, yeah, so let's start with mass transit. You know, my father works for a car company. I'm not going to say which because I don't want to be accused of product placement or anything like that. But they've done eco engines in buses and that sort of thing, which, yeah, I'm sort of living in Switzerland. I take the train a lot, and I'm sort of a very big believer in commuting by public transit instead of your own car, despite my father working for a car company. Um, anyways, yeah, especially trams and trains and whatnot that use electricity because if you have solar panels or a wind farm or whatever, that's not that's zero emissions all the way and for transit producing the energy everything. But yeah, what my dad's company's done, they've put a they've created, well, it's a while ago anyways, but they created a hybrid engine specifically for buses, which made the buses themselves super efficient, like 60% less emissions or something. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. Although in this, of course, PopSci generally looks at very far into the future um, pieces of science, and in this issue, anyways, I think you can see this blimp is their idea of mass transit in the future. It's flying blimps. Moving on. Yeah, maglevs are a second thing. I've ridden on a maglev actually in Shanghai, and yeah, it's very cool, and it's just I think it's a very good idea for transit and whatnot. It's super fast, quiet, all that. But it does use quite a lot of energy. But yeah, obviously they're sort of looking into that as like after we've created nuclear fusion or whatever. In however many years time. Uh, Also, moving on, yeah, so solar panel highways, and this is actually very interesting. Because essentially, this is an existing technology, actually, I believe, at the moment. But what they've done is created flexible solar panels, which it's essentially like a sheet of newspaper, except slightly thicker. And what you can do is have these yeah, just laid out on the highways, um, with super tough glass on top of them, anti like scuff and anti shatter glass, all this. On top of that, and then yeah, it's a solar panel, so you can use that to power your streetlights, your stoplights, all those, with zero emissions, and then obviously send the excess energy into the main grid. Um, yeah, and I think that's pretty cool. Just as it's an existing technology and it could be put into effect if money was there, which it's not. Which is sort of the other thing, the other part of the environmental um, scene is that a bunch of the solutions to global warming and climate change and all this exist. It's just there's a lack of money and a lack of willingness by politicians and whatnot um, to, you know, put money into those areas. Although I don't want to get into politics, so yeah. And then finally, yeah, the last thing they talk about in this article in Popular Science is jetpacks as a means of personal transit, which again I think is sort of the same thing as maglevs, because again they sort of have the technology already. It needs to be refined a lot, but think I'm not sure if it was the X Prize or something similar to that this jetpack won um, 2 years ago. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's a pair of dual rotating fans, and they can sustain I don't know, like 16 feet of 8 meters of It's not 16 feet. Anyways, like 8 meters of lit of height for I don't know several minutes. But at the moment, sort of direction like control and maneuverability is sort of limited at this point, obviously, as it's a still technology in its birth stages. Yeah, but I think I can see I'm at 17 minutes already, or 7 minutes, excuse me, already. So I think I'll wrap this up for now. But yeah, check out PopSci.com. I'll put the link in the bar below. And yeah, remember to check out my blogs because I will have posts about this soon if you prefer to read your information instead of watch it. Okay, that's all for now. Bye.